Welcome everybody to another episode of The Filler. Thank you guys for waiting. Sorry we had some technical difficulties, but we are here. Thank you all for being super patient here. We have a really good episode lined up for you today. We do have one returning uh, member, one returning guest, and we do have a new guest on the show, my fellow Masenko member over here. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about fatherhood, streaming, and getting to know these beautiful men right here. I'm gonna throw it over to my co-host, the Prince of all Saiyans, Spider-Man. You guys know him as Nogi. Even though everybody keeps calling you Nogi, but at this point, it's just like you just take it. It just is what it is.
I don't object anymore because I feel like objecting to people would just make them more uncomfortable. So I just accept Nogi or Nagi, whichever you pronounce it is how you pronounce it. But what's going on, guys? It's boy. Hope you're doing well. Back at it again with another episode of Le Filet.
I like that. We gotta put like a little like thing over the filler now, and then like have a picture of a croissant.
I'm not doing that because I hit my funny bone while pronouncing that, so I'm officially upset. I hit my funny bone. I don't want to play no more. Well, nonetheless, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We, of course, have a returning member, my man Uhmaayyze, which we're going to introduce. But first and foremost, we're going to introduce a new name, a new face. My man Cube, how you doing, brother? You've been in a lot of our chats and a lot of our channels supporting us indefinitely. So please do me a favor, introduce everyone here to whom you are, what you do, and if you have anything going on that's not too secret, be sure to let us know. Go for it.
All right. Hey, my name's I go by Bcube. I'm a streamer. I don't have anything big planned. I know I just bought me a house, trying to get my office going. So hopefully I get myself back into the mix of things, because right now this dad bod ain't cheap right now. So
Respect it.
But yeah, I'm very excited being on the show, talking about the subject that we're going to talk about, because it's not all peaches and cream being a parent, but it is a beautiful thing. So
I respect it. Well, I hear that, brother, and I cannot wait to hear what you have to say on this particular topic. And then, of course, next we have, last but not least, before we hand it over to the lovely man, the myth, the legend, the Jedi, the Sith Lord himself, Maru, Mr. Sir, young man, bar repertoire, Uhmaayyze. How are you, sir? Please let us know what's going on. How you feeling today? How are things going over in your neck of the woods?
I put up a nice little challenge for the world of Destiny 2 about positivity. Today's just a really good day, man, in my book. In my neck of the woods, man, it's nothing but really, really strong and good vibes. At least I feel it today. Been very busy, of course, today. Of course, on my side, when it comes down to family, it's different than Cube. So the way of me doing it and the way he doing it is two different stakes of how we work and how we vibe. So I'm ready to talk about this today. My brother Q.
Yes, sir. All right. Good to know. Glad to hear it. Can't wait to hear what you gentlemen have to say.
Yes, sir.
That being said, Mr. Maru, take it away. Gorgeous individual you. Hope you're doing well.
Appreciate you guys hopping on today. Yeah, topic's going to be about fatherhood and about streaming, and kind of how you guys go about that, just as a person and just as a father in general, but then also how you kind of balance that between streaming. Because obviously we know streaming is a full-time job as it is, and then you guys also, I know both of you have actual jobs too, so the balance pretty much that, and then being a father is another job. So you guys are wearing 3 hats among a million other things you guys probably have in your personal lives. So we just want to see, hear your journey, your stories, kind of how you balance all of that, and then we have some questions pretty much we have from Chad and from some DMs and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys want to just talk about, obviously, kids is a very important subject, and we want to be careful with it. So obviously we don't want you guys to feel uncomfortable, say what you feel is enough, but you don't have to go deep into like all the information on your kids. You know, if you want to keep names out, that's totally okay. You don't want to protect that. But yeah, if you guys just want to talk about your kids, how it is to be a father, you know, how many kids you have and stuff like that. Cube, if you want to kind of start it off.
Okay. Well, I got 3 kids. I got a 2-year-old, and I just recently had twins, maybe a few 2 months ago. And streaming has been on hiatus for a little bit, just because of the fact I really don't have any time. So I've been trying to get this house together. I've been closing on the house. I've been trying to get their sleep schedule together. I've been trying to be a lead up in Canada at work, and just a lot of things, fall into place right now. But it's things that I have to do so that way I can get things to fall into place. Now I'm about to get my office, about to actually uh, have a little balance there. So my life kind of consists of right now from 7 to 3:30, I go to work. From 3:31 to 11 o'clock at night, I watch the kids. From 11 o'clock at night, I go to sleep for about 2, 3 hours until one gets up, and then me and my wife tag team. So it's been kind of like just added. So, but
Got it.
I've been pushing through. So
Now, Q, before you had the twins, I'm assuming it was a lot easier, you know, with your firstborn, right? Because obviously, as they get older,
mhm.
it's a lot less. Obviously, you're still taking care of them; it's still a lot, but it's a little bit more time you kind of have on your hands to do streaming and content creation.
Yes. So round when my little one usually just go to bed around like 7 o'clock, I was free reign. So I was good to go, everything. Sometimes she gets up, she has like a nightmare or something. I usually kind of maybe pause stream a little bit, go talk to her a little bit, soothe her down, and then come back. Right now it's more of like you got thing one and thing two. They got two different minds, and they on the either on the attack or they either sleep. So they're not simultaneous sometimes. So but my motivation as far as trying to get back in the stream is like because I really want it. I really want to go for it.
Right.
And like it's just something I really enjoy doing. So me being out of stream, it just kind of gets to me just a little bit, but I know that when I come back, I'm just gonna be welcomed by some awesome individuals. So I'm just trying to push through to bring back.
Love it, love it. Amazed. What about you?
Oh, I'm different than Cube, baby. It ain't all peaches and cream on my end. My end, a lot of people always ask me how I'm able to balance out. Well, me, of course, in my situation is separation, and we aren't all blind by that. We obviously can see those type of things, especially if I just say I'm representing for my son, and that's it. You don't heard me say anything else. Of course, my lifestyle with my family versus what I have now is my son. Is my father was the bigger lead. He worked 2 jobs. Matter of fact, mother wasn't around too much. Didn't really see too much of her. More or less him. Grandma, as y'all know, I talk about the most, is the one I'm very, very thankful of. Is the one was doing all the raising. My father was doing that working. I mean, working 2 jobs, sleeping, going in, but he put the food on the table. I actually got to see him. Got us a couple of awards and stuff like that. But at least I knew, more about him than I did my mother. I didn't know that, when people ask you about, your family, your mother and your father, I don't really know too much about my mother like that. More as my father. And we're talking about my son. Now, when the situation with my son is my pride and joy. I got those pictures, those baby pictures. You just thinking about it right now, just, got me lifting up in the air. I'm just looking up and thinking about that. Of course, nothing's expected when it comes down, having a son. My first time doing those things, changing the diapers, giving them food. I wasn't even really focused into streaming. I could say per se, I wasn't really focused as much at that time. And point think Cube can relate to this when the baby is born. Really don't have that much time on your hands to do things. I think when he hit the age of 1 is when, I start learning more about the process and stuff like that. But with my situation, my woman ain't the same as Cube's when it comes down to video gaming and tag teaming and understanding, the life of gaming. gaming just wasn't a thing for her as much. Think trying to get the process of the word gaming and streaming then cooperate or work with her, especially if it came down to something like revenue. You think of video games. I'm guessing, for a person looking on the outside in, you think of video games, you think of somebody just, okay, you're not making money, you're just wasting your time. You're wasting time. This ain't gonna do anything. You're not gonna benefit from anything of this, and not especially for our son. You're not this is that and the third. And I guess we hear those things. I heard those things a lot, man. I heard those things a lot, especially, from my family, people around me. Expect to hear from my significant other when it came down to bringing something else into it. Because when my son came into the picture, I needed extra. UPS was always the trigger, always be able to take care of it, but I needed extra. I had that mindset, man, that I've been in a struggle before a long time ago, man. As my mother took from me everything that I had. Doing for my son was the thing. I was the mindset, man. It was my mindset. I put that in my mind for the longest period of time. Being able to now, the situation is me being put into I definitely always see my son. Always. When I get there, I go there, I do my thing. Just as a lot of people ask about my balance and when it comes to streaming. I put myself in a situation where you have to schedule. A lot of people don't really take an actual look into my schedule, and a scheduler is I'm different from Cube because I wake up at 4 in the morning. I'm not really sleeping too much. If I'm sleeping more likely during the day. When I get off work, I'm going to see my son. That's my time in with him. And after that, it's here. But even when I'm here now, I'm like the most busiest person. Business emails and stuff like that now. Streaming and all that. Ever since that has picked up, I am been the most busiest person I've ever been in my life. So me being able to catch a tiny little nap, man, is like a go-to deal. When I have every time any chance now that I see my son, man, it's like the biggest blessing ever. So I see him every day, seeing his progress every day. His Christmas was one of the most best Christmas ever. Man, I worked my butt off when it came to that situation, man. I can't say that things have improved as relationship picking back up, because I've showed off. I guess when streaming in the beginning wasn't a thing, has now become a stronger thing. As a person doesn't believe what you do, I feel like as a father or as a person that doesn't believe, especially your significant other, you have to show them. And I think what I did in that situation is I showed her. A person that's left me high and dry all alone, told me you were going to do this and do that, and you didn't see a thing. Nothing happened. And then when you see all of these things come back, all of this love, this revenue, you show that to them. You show these things to them. Things just change. And you winning at that point. You just know you are. But you at the end of the day, when things like that happen, and I don't want to hit a person with that I told you so deal, but I do believe things can change, certain situations. She's obviously seen that I'm not stressed not one bit when it comes to my son. All of those things that I give revenue-wise, all of those things that I give for my son when I see him and all that, and pushing to make sure that he has everything. My son is sitting on about $7,000 at this moment from me alone. 7,000. I didn't go to college. My life is coming up. I didn't go to college. I came up paying bills, paying to live, is what I would say. I paid to live. I don't want my son to go through any of those things. So the mindset and mind trigger that I have for him, I will bust my butt. If you see me up every day, motivating every day, streaming every day, working every day, spending time with him every day, this is my motive to get there. How I got where I am today, it wasn't because of just me. My son is my motive, man. So that's a lot of people sit there and say, what's your, how do you get this going? What's your energy? A lot of people don't really have, when you have kids, man, it's, man, you become the super dad. Like you have to lay down the dedication, being that teammate, being that one for your son, being able to prove it to him. Cause I want to make sure when he get up there, he will be all right. Put my time in every day. And I prove that. I prove that dedication as a streamer. I sacrificed it. I let all of this get to me at first, and then I let this streaming thing do this for me so this could stop. Because now it stopped. Now that person that didn't believe me is all about me. Understanding. Making things work. So things have improved a whole lot more for me. Not just because of streaming, but streaming has put a lot of talking into play where people start to understand you as a gamer dad and a person in RL. That makes sense. It's just deeper than deep. As a person, as a gamer dad in RL. Other people on the outside end don't really see it like that. It makes sense.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people
Absolutely.
can come into the situation and understand Cube's got his family right there with him. I don't. I lost. I lost what? Because of this. Somebody doubting me, letting other women get to you. All of these things happen. You threatened, took things from me. I lost. And I came back and I gained. Why? Because I didn't punish myself. I didn't stress myself out. Because I knew I could do it. I came back. And I came back stronger. Be able to take care of my son and provide for the person that's providing for my son. Crazy how it works. And both of them. Now I'm still here. See my son every day. Still grind with my son every day. Teach him things. Teach him to ride the bike. Make sure he eat right. Whatever it is he need, I give it to him. That's all me. Take care of both. Crazy, right? That's how life works. But I can say that things have truly improved.
I respect it. I think there's always a stigma with when people ask what you do. Obviously, we all have our own jobs aside from this, but when you say that you're a streamer and they just look at you like what? But I
That's
think
always a deal, man.
yeah, and then you have to
Yeah.
explain it. But I think this year proved that a lot of people can do this. A lot of people can do this as a side thing or even as their main thing, or even balance it out. And gaming as a whole has always been stigmatized by other people who don't just get it, and they just look at it like it's some weird thing that we're all in our mom's basements, freaking Cheetos down our pants, and
That's still a thing. That's
yeah,
still a thing.
it's still a thing. It's still a thing. But as time goes on, I feel like it's becoming more and more prevalent. But even more so if you're a dad and you're like, yeah, I play games, and they just look at you like you're a parent,
You
but
get
you're
that
still
real
acting like a
look.
kid, yeah, and then having to explain that.
Mhm.
But I mean, you guys are doing it. You're doing your job, you're doing this, and then you're raising kids. So anybody who does doubt you, Amaze, I know you're saying you don't want to say "I told you so," but I'll say it. I told you so. Like you did it, man. You live in proof. You live in proof, and my hats off to you because hearing your
Appreciate
story
it.
and what you're doing, and then the fact that this man is every day. I open up Twitter. What's the first thing I see? Amaze's video. Amaze. I'm like,
Good
yo, Amaze
morning.
is on all day, every day,
You know what's up, baby.
24/7.
Gotta feel it, man. You gotta feel it in the morning. A lot of people need it, man. Motivation is, and as I tell people, man, motivation is needed. It's not just for people who are struggling with streaming. This is for people like my boy Cube and me. We wake up in the morning, we need that energy.
Need that
That
push.
energy is needed. You know what I mean? Dedication, waking people up, understanding. You're out here working every day, man. We need some type of, hey, I don't even drink coffee. My energy is just when I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to slay the day. Ain't nobody telling me different. You know what I mean? So just exactly, you got to be ready to go. So I got to make sure everybody's ready to go. That's
especially you got somebody depending on you.
Of
You
course.
have to go.
Oh God,
Of
yeah,
course.
Yeah.
no days off. Can't do
No
it. Can't.
days off.
They gotta
Period.
eat.
So I
They
have
gotta
a question because I'm not a dad. So Mike, I have a question. I heard that for women, they feel like they're a mom when they find out they're pregnant. But for dads, you really feel that it really hits you when you actually finally hold your child after they're born.
True.
Is that the case for you guys? That you really felt like, hey, I'm a dad when you held your your kids?
I'll let Q go first because he got like 3 of them. I'll let him hold it down.
If he hasn't felt it after the third one, I don't know.
To be completely honest with you, when I my first came out, and she was born, and I held her. My mindset was, oh shit. I'm this person. I'm this person that she's gonna look up to, and this and that. I didn't necessarily have that, oh man, I'm a dad, like that moment until the other 2 came. The reason why that the first one was a little bit more difficult for me was because, one, I just didn't have a father figure in my life. My mom did a really, really good job of giving, sending people my way to, teach me how and groom me how to be a man or this and that. But all that went out the window. My mind was completely lost. That was one of the darkest times of my life, because one, I just didn't realize how big this was, one, and two, like I was like completely doubting myself as far as being a dad, because I just never had that father figure. So I had to, had to go. Like it was
you.
like,
I feel that, brother. I really
it
truly
was
do that.
it was rough, man. So I mean, it was to the point where um I almost committed suicide, because I just didn't feel like I was equipped, and I mentally did not want to give that energy to my little one. I didn't know how to love her. I didn't know how to just be that person that she's going to look up to me to be. But soon, like when I got to therapy and things of that nature, I started to, my mind started getting back the puzzle pieces. I'm not perfect at all. No means necessary. I'm not perfect. And I'm still fighting with those puzzle pieces, because there's still days where I mentally don't want to put that energy on my kids. As much as I hear Maze's motivation, as much as I hear, babe, you can do this, as much as I like try to meditate, there's always this hump I'm trying to get over. And I'm still trying to fight over that hump. But every day after I get off of work and I see my little one run at me and be like, "Hey, dad," or my soul feels refilled. Like it feels good. Mentally, I'm still working out the kinks, but my body feels good. So mentally, I have to fight myself to say, "Hey, you gotta do it for these kids. You can't. You can't. You can't. You don't want to bring this energy on them. Two, they gotta eat, and three, they love your ass. Like this is that your little girl, this is the first man that she's going to actually love, and that is you. Like the little boy is going to realize, like, hey, that's my dad right there. I have to prove. I have to bring the example, even though my mind is still fighting this battles. It's still a battle today. It's not peaches and cream every day. There's days where I just want to just go hide in a corner. There's days where I just want to take a walk and not come back. it's just days. Like, what I mean by that is just I don't want to put that energy on my family. And I'm afraid that it ravages out, that it just and be unstable. So I have to. This therapy is keeping me in line as far as being a dad goes. I'm keeping myself in line where my priorities are. It's kind of hard to think when I'm getting 2 or 3 hours of sleep, going right back into work, and then going watching the kids while the wife is sleeping, how she's recuperating. And I commend her. I don't know how she does it. I work all day, but she, you hear the screams and hear the cries, and and I'm just in the room working and answering emails and this and that, and she just coming out with a straight face like, "Hey babe, don't forget this," or "Hey babe, don't forget that," and she just go for it. That's why we gotta bring these women up, man, because my God, they got some kind of Hercules strength to them that does not. It just doesn't, like, I can't comprehend. I'm watching her give birth to 3 kids and still being able to be herself and still being able to do this and do that. And then at first it was kind of hard because of the streaming wise, but she's starting to work with me on how to do it, or and me wanting to do it and me want to pursue it. And there's that, like you said, it's going to be scheduling. Like, of course I might be streaming from like here, like 10 to 1 in the morning. That means that
That's
1
the
in the
best
morning.
schedule you got. You know what I mean? You have
Yeah.
to
You
use it
gotta
like that.
make it work.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then after that, I'm going to be watching them from whenever 1:30 to, I don't know, 4 o'clock, and then I go to work in 3 hours. It's that part of my mind that I am training. I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm still training to push myself beyond my limit to actually do what I want to do,
That's
and
right,
not
brother.
keep myself back because I'm making excuses like, "Oh, I got this baby here and I got this baby there and I got this and that." It's like, "Nah."
You're your own
Like,
worst enemy at that point. You're the only one standing in your way.
exactly. And I'm willing to make it work. And I'm telling you, when you can be like, "Oh, Cube is streaming at 4 in the morning. Don't you got work at 7?" Like, yeah, I I'm going for it. Like, this is something that I want to do. Like, I want to be able to have a voice. Like, I want to be able to show people that our women are like Hercules. Our black men can be fathers. Like, the stigma of being a black man in America, and just the first things, was your dad home? Like, n- and the first thing, and then it's like, I don't know. It's just one of them things. I just want to show that you can be a black father. You can love your kids. You can go through the mental challenges that you're going through and still be that superhero that your kids need. Like, it's not hard. Like,
All day, every day. I believe it.
so
I believe him on that situation. I like to go ahead and like cooperate with my brother on that one. Uh, from my side of things, see, he goes home to family. I go home to nothing. See the difference? See, a lot of people in that situation or in my situation that's been like that. But my situations, I didn't give up. I go over there every day. I've been threatened so many. The first time that person left is I was threatened. Everything's gonna be taken from me. This, that, and the third. But man, I ain't seen nothing get taken away from me. I feel like all of these things that some of the women mostly talk about is they like to throw all of these scary threats at your way. But you try to figure out what you've done wrong, man. What did I do? What did I do for you to leave? So you have to think about the one thing, man. Well, man, I've been providing. I've been here doing this and doing that. You ain't been you've been I give you your props when needed. Cause at the end of the day, I'm a very nice guy, man. I ain't gonna sit here and waste no time. If a person's been doing their part, then Lord Jesus, let me bless you. You've been doing your part. You've been killing it. I'm out here at work every day. Gaming won't even add it to the future. It ain't start getting added to the future till my son hit 1. And when it started getting in 1, that's when it got added to the feature. And I start pushing and pursuing it. And you think about it this time. What y'all eating? get the diapers. Whenever you need something, I'm gonna go get it. It's just I'm not gonna tell you no. I'm gonna just do it. You know. And then you come home the next day, you just figure out, oh man, everything's gone. What happened? What happened? Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, well, dang, what did I? You know, it's at the end of the day, like I said, as a father, you when you sit here and you do these type of things, you got a son, and you got a family and a person, as I say, at the end of the day, that just don't know nothing about gaming. First plays game and sees what it's. I think the difference is when it comes down to the gaming and the vibes and the support. I always wanted that. Just never got it. But I think I work my way to make a person understand that this gaming ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. This is what I want to do. You didn't believe me in the first place. Now you do. So it took you to leave to understand. You did all these. You threatened me so many times and did nothing. I was out here providing for you even when you left me. When I could have just sit here and say, you know what, forget you. But nah. Father, as a father, I thought of that. I'm not gonna give up on my son. I see him every day. I video chat with him every day. I go over there and see him when I get off work every day. When I get that chance and that time every day. Christmas time, both of them got gifts. That was me being a respectful father. Thank you. You've been an amazing woman to my son. You are a hero. In my eyes. At the end of the day, I don't need to hate you because I'm not going to put you in that predicament because I respect what you've been doing. Everything that they wanted, they got. Everything that they wanted, they got. You know why people ask me, well, why would you get her this? She's taking care of my son. I can sit here and put that anger in my head and say, I can't stand this person. Give me my son. That'd be all me. I wouldn't put her through that level. I'm not going to do that.
I like that.
Still knows who his father is. Sees his father every day. When he see me, running quick. Good to see. Feels good. It feels good. I'm with Cube in that situation when you see their dad. That's what keeps me going every day. You know what I mean? Like, cause at the end of the day, Nogi know it ain't all peaches with me. I ain't. I tell Nogi, when I speak to Nogi sometimes, look, you want the realest conversations. I ain't the perfect guy. I stress just as much as the next person. I just don't let it get to me. Nogi put me back in my place when it get real. Put him back in his place if it get real. I know Nagi's busy. I put a GIF up one day when him tired out of his mind, me tired of my mind. He felt that. That was that energy from that one that one GIF talk. That's just how real it is. So when I can relate to Q when it comes to that, man, losing, coming back into that mind state, having the person that's keeping you going. That's my son. I say it every time. That's the only thing that keeps me going every day. I ain't have that. I'm pretty sure y'all probably want to know who I am. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have any. If I didn't have my son and I just got left with nothing, probably wouldn't even know who I am. I probably wouldn't be over here motivating and give you the energy. But I motivate because I understand. I motivate because I know how hard it is. I motivate because I want to see people do things. This ain't gotta hit you every day. I ain't hitting you every day. I'm hitting a different crowd every day. This is me learning the network. That's why I do this every day, because every day is something new for somebody else. That's why I do it every day, because I can relate and I can understand. This is hard to do, but we can do this.
Yep.
Gotta have the right vibes, the right people with you. Just gotta have people behind you. Gotta have the right people behind you. If somebody telling you they got your back, you can do this, we're gonna take care of you. Let them take care of you. Let them ride with you. Because you know you need it. You gotta be a hero yourself, man. We all gotta.
I'm not a father. I'm not a father. I have a cat. I have a cat. I have a cat. And the reasons why I'm saying that is because, like, I'm listening to both of your testimonies, and I constantly listen to people's point of view, especially now in this day and age. Reason why is because everybody talks. Everybody talks. Everybody talks.
I feel it. I feel it, bro.
Everybody talks, bro. Nobody listens.
Mm.
Nobody listens. And
Say it one more time.
Yeah, just one more time, brother, because that's
Why?
that deep.
Well, I'm gonna say it one more time when nobody listen. Well, I'm gonna repeat myself.
I drink at, man.
Hey, you see me, right? See me, right?
I'm about to get mine.
Oh, I really want to right now. It's getting real up in here, boy.
This is one of the first times that you've ever really seen me. I'm not like anything like that, but I'm not the same. I'm not the same Nogi. I was in a position to be the family man, and I hear Cube talking about balancing his family, and I hear Maze talking about winning his family back and loss, and it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me because we started this episode, and I understand where the episode was going. The episode was going towards the concept of being a father in the streaming space. That was the episode. But the topic of the conversation is being a father while pursuing dreams. That's the topic of the conversation. That's what the topic like naturally is. Being a parent, not just a father, even though being a father is the predominant necessary topic point of view from this particular perception, but being a parent, being a father while pursuing dreams. I was the child that watched his parent do it while being the guardian that did it and failed. I lived my father's mistake. And that's why I'm going through what I'm going through now, because I made the same mistake. I'm 28 years old, and I made the mistake of a 50-year-old man. And I say that to say this. Maze, trying to be in your child's life. Cube, you're in your children's life. They ain't shit stopping you from being a parent. This is just streaming, bro. Like, this is just streaming. One thing, here's what I learned about dreams and success. What's yours is yours. You want proof? How many people have you seen achieve dreams while taking care of their kids? How many stories do you see? You see Pursuit of Happiness. Every black man in America has watched Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith and Jaden Smith. Every black man has watched it and somehow shed a tear because we all felt it at one point in our lives. Even men who have not been parents, who have not made a baby, nothing. We somehow managed to know exactly what it felt like to be a father struggling to provide for his child without ever actually having said child. But yours is yours. Be a parent. Pay attention to the people around you. I went back and I watched some of my old videos. And I hear my little brothers talking to me on the sidelines. And they're just so invested in what I was doing. And I was careless. I didn't pay attention. I had them a part of my streams and I didn't really think about it, how much I was going to miss it. Somebody came in today in chat when I was streaming earlier, and it was like, hey man, how's your little brothers? And I was like, oh, they're great. They're great. They're doing great. They're growing up. Truth is, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my little brother's lives. I don't know if Elijah is doing okay. I don't know if Nicholas is developing insecurities or not. I don't know if he's getting bullied or if he's dealing with Elijah's about to be a teenager. Wild amount of questions going through his mind. Nobody there to actually ask him what he's feeling or to understand. So yeah, this conversation is about being a father while in the streaming space. But the topic really is pay attention. That's all it really is. Just pay attention. Just pay attention. And I'm not saying that it's easy. It's definitely easier said than done. I'm not downplaying what it is to be a parent. I don't know. I'm not a parent. I can never fathom how difficult it is to truly be a parent. That is insanely difficult. My whole topic of conversation going on this small rant is to say streaming is a dream. It is a career path. It is a pursuit by all means, but it is something that can be 100% done strategically without sacrificing family or what's important. You don't want to be the person that gains the success in streaming and loses the family while doing so. You don't want to be that. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks.
True deal, brother.
I was
Yeah.
talking to Cube
Yeah,
about that
that's
kind
real.
of when we first kind of got on, basically saying, whatever you kind of do in life fails in comparison to your kids and the legacy. They are your legacy when you're gone. They're going to continue your, their own story, but then also part of your story. So obviously we all have dreams and we all have things we want to accomplish, but at the end of the day, if you are a parent and you have kids, that is the first and foremost thing to kind of put your focus
And
on.
this is why I love Nogi, you and Q. I tell everybody every day now, I hit different. At the end of the day, he don't know me, she don't know me, nobody really know me. I only give them what I give them. That's not telling you you know me. Get it what I'm saying? I don't really know Q. That's my boy. I know he gonna handle business. That's a job. You know what I mean? Nagi, that's my boy. I know he gonna get it done. Ain't gotta speak about it much. Man, throw a picture. I already know what he talking about.
Yeah.
Bro, the same way. When it's time to get things done, you will get it done. You ain't gotta be in our shoes, understand that, but you'll get it done. I motivate. I hit different. I take care of my son, see my son stream, work. I hit different. I've read businesses. I over here on emails, reading business emails for streams and making sure we get some deals done to provide for the home of vibes and uplift my entire community. With people who have families who might be in a situation that just feel like they can't chase their dream. Providing that spot for them, make them feel good after they worked or they did something because somebody told them they couldn't be something. Might be their significant other, might be their brother, might be family, might be somebody from work, somebody around. We provide for that. A lot of people go through that in life, especially me. I chase a dream, but I don't forget the dream chaser. That makes sense? The dream is behind me every time I stream. My son. He is the green screen. That's my pride, my joy, my strong, my push. 92 years old, telling me colors. Over here riding something he was afraid of in the beginning. Can't get away from the steering wheel. Father's a driver. The progress of seeing your kids grow. That hit different. Start to understand a little bit more. Cube, no.
Yep.
They get
I'm
real.
gonna say this and then I back out because I gotta take care of something. But Gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I see what the two of you have been doing in terms of, I think in the gaming space, being a father is extremely important because you have to be a role model. You have to, in the gaming space, in the streaming space, you have to be someone of your word, because building reputation in this space really is about your delivery on what you sell, right? Because that's really all that we're doing. We're trying to promote ourselves in terms of what we can provide in terms of branding, and then we deliver on what we promote. In terms of being a father, however, you're not trying to promote anything. You're trying to raise a decent human being. My father always had this notion in his head where he would always say the exact same thing. And he would say, all I would ever try to do is to make sure that you was a law abiding citizen. That's all he would say over and over and over again. No hesitation, without fail. And he didn't really have the best methods of doing that, but he tried his best. And I guess I can say, I guess I say all of that to say this before I leave. If I was to be a parent, I would make sure that my child understood that the weight of consequences due to mistakes should only be weighed by the person within myself. So essentially not letting not letting my child succumb to putting too much weight on themselves for being human. Do your best, be the best human being that you can. If you fail at being the best human being that you can, if you tried your best, then you did your best. And it's that simple.
Hey, brother Nogi, I love you, man.
Love you too.
Tell you, man. That
Man.
that
That's
hit.
real dope.
That I felt that. Feel me?
Always, always. With that being said, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. Maru, I know it's usually, I never usually do this, but
Yeah, you dipping out. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
it just seems like one of those days, gents.
Come on now.
It's all right, man.
My life never ceases to amaze me.
No, but we both know that, brother. Lord,
I will be
Jesus.
in chat. Yeah, stay blessed, chat. I appreciate y'all, Maru. I'll try to be back before the segment closes.
Yeah, stuck with us, Maru. Yeah, baby.
Appreciate
Everybody
you,
stay
Nagi.
blessed. Later, guys.
Take it easy, Nagi.
Thank you, man.
All right, cool. So I have some questions for you guys that I got from chat and DMs. One question was, what's one thing you guys positively take from your father, and one thing you guys try to avoid that your father did in
Well,
raising your kids?
let me tell you this. I can answer those two questions in one answer. Him not being there. Him not being there has brought people in my life to teach me how to become the man that I am today. So that's, a double. It's a positive negative on my end, because now I'm here with my kids and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I want to see them grow. I want to do as much as I can to get them through this dark world that we live in. Although I'm still challenged, facing my mental battles, I'm still gonna be able to push myself to the point where they can see me as a superhero. So that's my motivation. That's what my dad has brought to me, and I just keep it moving.
I think
Amazing.
what I learned from my father is my father provided for 4 of us. First I said 3, end up with 4. Fourth one not even being our true blood, but being in and adding. Father provide. grinding out here. I always asked him when I was little. He knew this. I wanted to be just like him. I said, I want to go. I want to work. Taught me that, and he didn't necessarily teach me just from that. My father was a DJ and a worker. 2 jobs, a DJ on the weekends, doing this thing.
Hey.
He was grinding for 4 people. Where my mama at? And I know my mama. Where's she at? 4 people working. He got left for putting all the work in. Cause she wasn't happy. Huh? Negative side of that is, and what I learned from that is, from my father is, he wanted to be happy. And I don't take that away from him. Deserve to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm living right up in his shoes right now. He winning. Because he got that person back, but he also got somebody else. Someone else to actually understand where he was coming from. I'm in the same boat. Did exactly what I said I was going to do. I provided, yet still provided. So I can sit here and say that my father is my most strongest key, because I do know my mother. But I don't know my mother like I know my father. So my father was always who I wanted to look up to. And he's proud of me as a lone father. Provided. Because he understands. So that's my go-to, man. That's my go-to for my father. He won and he lost at the same time. So it's life, man.
What I like is that this wasn't planned or anything, but you guys are showing, you both have 2 different situations that you're in. Cube, you with your wife, you have a couple kids. Amaze, you're on your own, but you're still raising your son. And it goes to show you that no matter what kind of situation you're in, you can still be a good dad. You can still be there for your kid, and you can still do the dream. So it's good to see that in two different situations, which I really like.
I feel like I'm trying to get my mind to where Maze's mind level is, but to get it gets tough just because of the fact that the amount of responsibility that I have it feels like I'm feeling like I'm getting pushed back. I understand, streaming is something on the side. I understand that. But mentally I think that I can do it. But as far as that goes, I have to challenge myself to just push my body's boundary, because it's hard, man. Like I can admit
it is, but this is where that self-confidence comes into, where you have to balance out the scheduling and all that you do, because at the end of the day, as I've told you, when you come back, boy, you're gonna make some noise. We see the improvements. I can tell you and tell everybody every time, you ain't got to like me, but I see you, baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's the whole tight deal. You ain't got to like me, but I know you see me. You know what I mean? Because everybody sees. They ain't got to necessarily like it, but you see me. And that's what I think I've learned coming up in this thing, man. Because I would punish myself, at the situations. But at the end of the day, I got a free chair for motivating every day. This is a free chair from Respawn for motivation. They ain't like it, but they be paying attention. You know what I mean? That's the whole deal. The whole deal behind those situations, man, is you don't know who's watching. Cube posting on TikTok, posting on Twitter. You don't know who's watching. They ain't gotta like you. They truly see you. You just gotta keep putting it in. Even when you feel like you ain't putting a dent in the floor, You making some noise. That's the best part.
That's how I
Think
feel
about it.
sometimes.
That's how you gotta do it. You ain't gotta depend on somebody to hope that somebody's gonna like this. But you see me. You see what I'm doing. You know me. You know I got my babies. You see me. You see what I'm doing. I'm streaming. You saw me earlier. I was taking care of my kid. You saw me earlier. You saw me. You ain't gotta like me, but you saw me. I'm gaming now. You saw that. You saw these things. So it's these things like this is just, you don't gotta necessarily look for nobody to appreciate you, because you already appreciate it. They follow you for a reason. Feel me? So don't, I tell you, Q, we know these things, man. They hit. When they come in, you just gotta, I tell you, the biggest challenge is self. Those negative thoughts will come in and try to take over. Decide your whole day. That takes over the whole entire day. You don't even know why you treating this person this way today. But you are. You think about it, man. It's me, myself. I'm not feeling it today. I gotta change that. I think that's the hardest thing, Q. I think that's really the hardest thing, is talking in your head and say, I gotta change that. I'm gonna change that today. 2 hours ago, I treated this dude like this for what? He's smiling. I'm not smiling today. I'm gonna change that today. At the end of the day, me and him, I'm gonna dap him up. Hope you killed your day today. That's me swapping. That's challenging. That means you just swapped your whole day. That's the W. The real kicker is letting the negative thoughts be knocked out. Let that positive just vibe with you. Because once you be able to vibe and put that energy, the positive vibe and energy into you, you'd be amazed what you can do out the day. It's crazy. Energy is crazy. It be sleeping for a long time, but it's crazy. You don't need an energy drink to wake that up. It's just all about you. You gotta do that at the end of the day. You know what you want, Q. You know what you want. We see it. We see what you're trying to do, brother. Look at you. You got you a house. Got your own office space. My man was in the kitchen. Do you understand? Do you see what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
That's actually you watching work in progress from another man who has 3, a father. For him, that's an accomplishment. From other people, they like, we used to this. People like him and me, that's accomplishment. That's real. That's a step up.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the kitchen.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it's these things right here. Those are the little things. Those are the things that I'm talking about that are W's. Small goals develop into big goals. Follow me? That's the realest, that's as deep as I can get with it. Cube is a prime example of exactly what I was talking about. Started in the kitchen. Huh? 3 kids. Small goals. Got him an office. Develop into big goals. Give him some time. Give him some time. Proud of you, brother.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
boy. How you feeling? As I say, I ain't got to talk or like something, but I see it all, baby. You know what I mean? So, it's accomplishments, man. People like to feel accomplished. You make people feel accomplished, they push further.
Respect it. How would you guys feel if, when your kids get older, they're like, hey, I want to be a streamer? Just like you.
I'll be upset a little bit.
You be upset?
What I mean? The baby days are the best ones. You know what I mean? If we get older, he already 2 years old and act like he don't want to hear me now. You know what I mean? I sit here and say, hey, what you doing? Where you think you going? Who you talking to like that? You hitting me? You know what I mean? Those stages. What you hit me for? I'm telling you no. Don't tell them no. They don't want to hear that. They tell you no? Oh, you ain't hitting daddy like that. He with the fake tears and stuff like that. Now, when they become streamers and stuff, I believe that my son, I just want him, I know everybody does this with their families, but I want him to have his own path, man. If streaming is the way he want to go, his father gonna support it because I know that. If you go down a different path that I don't know, I'm willing to learn that. It makes sense. It's
Yep.
it's just if streaming what he wants to do, I'm letting him do that. But this ain't for him to follow my legacy. This is for him to make his own. So I want him to go to college. I didn't get to go there. I want him to experience that. You know what I mean? I want him to have a good time. I want him to be able to decide for his own. I didn't get to experience that. None of my brothers around me ever experienced college. My father did everything as he possibly could on his own. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So he didn't have enough money to be able to provide 4 or 3 of us to go to college. We helped him out. He was in a situation he was struggling. We started working in high school. So I could say if I could go to college, I would. I'd be happy. But I can say right now, I ain't trying to flex anything like that. With my streaming and my work career, I'm vibing. I'm uplifting the world. I think I am my own college, helping the world. So I'm very, very proud of what I do in that situation. The Cube know when I started. Y'all go watch my old stream. I ain't had nothing. I'm in my father's family room with an old Logitech camera with my grandmother's chair all day. Everybody telling me that feel comfortable.
My boy had
Now
a
look,
tube TV.
Come on now. I'm telling you, I was vibing. But those are little things. Now look at me, man. I'm my own boss for my own stylings. But this is just me being true to who I am, though. No business, no bigger booming money revenue system is gonna change the person that I am. That's why a lot of people vibe with me, because I'm growing slowly. We're not taking the fast route. We're taking the slow route. I want to meet people. I want to know who they are. I want them to understand me so I can understand them. Just keep vibing, man. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole course. So I want my son to go and do what he wants to do. I don't want to make him be a streamer. I don't even believe he might even be a streamer. You know what I mean? You never know. You just don't know. Whatever catches his attention is what that means. If I got to learn something new, because that's what he won't do, guess that's what a hype man going. If I'm going up in there to be a scientific man, like the hype man be scientific out here. But you know, it's just I want to go where he goes. So if streaming is the way, I'll take care of him. You know, so that's the vibe. Let Cube take over.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna ride one way you said. Basically, I'm going to support what my kids want to do. If it's something that if it's unknown, I'm not going to stop them. I'm willing to learn it, as long as it's nothing crazy like gang banging or something like that. I ain't gonna be on the corner like, yo, how you sell this?
How much is this worth? how much is a bag of this?
You got the ruler? No. So as long as it's something that I'm going to support all my kids on what they want to do. I want them to have their own little path. They want to do streaming. If they want to do streaming and I make something out of it, then hey, I'll be the guy they go to. Like, hey, where should I go with this, or what should I do, or something like that. Or if they want to be like a scientist or something, I'm willing to learn all that stuff.
Really go down there, ready to put the shades on, put
the lab coat on.
Tell me.
Hold my glasses like this.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, all right. Yeah, go ahead, put it in there. Be careful. You know what I mean? I'm willing to do that, but it's like you said, it's real. Like I'm going where they go.
I want my kids to find their own success. I want them to be able to kind of learn how this world works. I'm gonna teach them as much as I can. I'm gonna teach them in the kind of like the avenue of me going with the flow, because I'm still learning how to be a dad. every step I'm still learning. I'm still trying to keep that negative energy off of them so they can just be kids. Like these days you don't see kids being kids.
Yeah, playing outside, waiting for the lights to come on, knowing that you have to come home.
Bro, like you don't see them like, all right, you better come home when the street light come on. You don't see riding bikes,
playing tag, freeze tag, cops and robbers,
none of that,
handball.
None of those good things anymore, man. So
and I'm going by like what my mom taught me. My mom, she had a little backstory of my mom. My mom, she had to join the military because she had me. She didn't really have enough revenue and things like that. So she just got out after 24 years in the military. At all the year I've been everywhere on this planet. I learned from different people, different cultures. I've seen a lot. Um, but the one thing that she did such a great job with that I want to do is keep the world problems away from the kids so they can run around and be kids. Of course, I'm gonna have that.
Easy. Cube, I said that same thing yesterday. I said, with all this going on in the world, I had tears yesterday. As I said, with all this going on in the world, I don't want my son to experience none of this.
No, the issue that I have though is that I know one day it's gonna happen. Is that I'm gonna have to talk to him or to the girls, them about their skin color. I'm already going to have to sit down and tell them that the reason why people don't like you, you ain't done nothing to them. You ain't say nothing to them. You ain't do jack shit to them. They don't like you because your brightness is a little bit down. You're brown. You're beautiful. You're is gorgeous. Your mind is fantastic. You can be whatever you want. Don't let your skin be the deciding factor of things. You push on what you want. And just explain to, like, of course, there's going to be times where I have to work harder to against this guy to be where I need to be. That's how I turned to be the Canada lead at my job. I had to put in the work so that way I can lead Canada. But knowing that, I provide food on my table. My wife's not working. I still paying bills. I still got I still got the lights on. Bills are paid. I can sit here today and be on this podcast because my Cox bill is paid. My internet's paid. So hey, just saying.
Hey.
It's of course I'm gonna have that talk. But I want them to have their own path, and I want to show them that even because I might be a darker tone or a darker shade of somebody, doesn't mean that I cannot pursue what I want to pursue. So
Thank you. I feel like you got the same mindset I do. That's exactly how I feel, man. As a black man, it's different. Push harder. It really, really does. Like, I know a lot of people are used to certain things, but black people, man, ain't used to all these type of things. All these major big step ups. It's like Cube said, I pay my bills. I keep the lights on here. I do all of this. My wife ain't working. I do this. I take care of everything. So I can be on this podcast. You feel me? It is real. So me, I feel him in that situation, having that talk with my son about what I'm eventually gonna have to talk to him about. But I'll make sure he know the positive aspects of that.
yep.
You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about that person. He just don't see what you see. Friendship, he don't see positive. He don't see good energy. You just see color. Don't worry about all that. You stay focused. You don't get distracted. I want to make sure my son knows that's what it takes. Don't get distracted.
Mhm.
Always good people. Always good people with your hands in your pocket. You keep walking. You meet the right people. You meet good people. It's like I told people, man. As a black person, I don't speak on politics much. But when you yeah, I seen that tweet that day. I said I lost followers because I said I was black. Huh? You ain't look at the profile picture. You didn't notice that
You
this
never-
man motivated you in the morning. I'm black. I'm
My
wearing all black.
God.
I'm like,
Never
like,
tuned into a stream. Like
never seen my stream. Yeah, like you didn't notice that I motivated in all brown and I'm all black. You didn't
I didn't
notice that.
notice from that lighting from the UPS truck.
UPS truck. Like, you know what I mean? That tweet kind of blew up, but it had his reasons, and the reasons why I sit there, I didn't even expect that tweet to blow up. I looked at it like this. It was when I woke up and I said, well, dang. I said I was black. My follower count lost about 100 people. You know what I mean? And I guess the cleanup did it itself. Maybe I needed to do that. I don't want those type of people following me. At the end of the day, it ain't about numbers. I want to make sure that the people that value me gonna value me for who I am, my color,
Exactly.
my tone, my speech, understanding my motivation. I push as a black person, and like I said, for a black person, that hits different because we're not used to those type of things. But when we work our butts off to get there, do you see? You
Oh,
see
it's a
that
celebration, dog.
it's a celebration. You do see those things, right? We are celebrating. It's because these are the things that we not used to. You know
You have to grind like 3-4 times, 5 times
3
harder
to
for
4
it.
times harder. Understanding, you understand. You
If
know what I
there's
mean?
if there's like I put it in terms of like if you're applying for a job, and let's just say it's a sales job, and they're like, hey, the requirement to get this position, you gotta sell 10,000 items. For a black man, in white ink, you can't see it, it's invisible. You gotta sell 20,000. You gotta sell 30,000 just to even be seen.
And we would do it though.
Yeah, you'll do it.
We would do it. We would put the funny thing is we would do that. We put more time in than the next person,
Yeah.
but get judged the wrong way for it. Huh?
The system
Mikey?
and everything is against you. And the fact the
Oh, we
reason why
know.
you guys
Oh yeah.
yeah, the reason why you guys we see you celebrate and why you should celebrate is because despite everything against you, despite it literally being a no, you still turn it into a yes somehow.
Correct.
You still turn
let
it
me
into
tell
a
you.
yes.
Let me tell you this. I had to when I first got hired. I was just an associate. I was turned down 3 or 4 times for the position. I'm still in school. But this gentleman that I actually beat out has an engineering degree. I'm still in school. I don't have my degree just yet. I get my degree this fall. But I beat him out on a IT job where I am the lead up in Canada and I work from home. So I had to work my butt off because one, it'll make my life a little bit easier. Two, it'll make getting baby milk and diapers a lot easier.
Easy.
And number three, I can actually get a house. So I was able to give you some figures. I was able, after about a year working, also with streaming a beautiful community that they helped the hell a lot actually help me get this house.
Crazy.
I actually was able to put seven grand on the house, and my payment is going from about $1,100 to $700. So that extra, writing the kids' college fund or whatever they want to do with it. So
I respect that.
That's crazy, man. And that's why I relate. This is why I relate with him on that situation. Celebrations like that with your community. Community plus UPS. I am a boss. I ain't a boss because of me. I'm a boss because of my community. You know what I mean? Community has created the boss aspect, but they see so much in it. When your community sees so much in you, they willing to ride with you all the way up there.
Well, that's
'Cause
why
they
I
know you gonna
say
do it.
when you know, obviously I'm on the small side, but when we hit a success, I always say we did it. I didn't say hey I did it.
Always.
I didn't say hey I did
Always.
this. I got this. I know we did it because I wouldn't be here if
it
you
wasn't for
weren't sitting
y'all.
there watching me.
Exactly.
So we did it together.
yeah,
Telling me.
sponsorships, the free
Everything.
stuff, the everything.
I get up to go take a
I'm-
piss. I was like, yo, we did it. We got
Like,
up. We
when-
did it.
I'm right.
Well, I even asked Maze. I said, should I post my my baby stuff, or what's it called? Registry, my baby registry.
Told them, yeah.
Hell
He
yeah.
said, he said,
Community
go
gonna,
ahead, yeah.
your community gonna understand it and they gonna help.
But I kid you
But he
not.
just like me though. He didn't want to. He didn't want to feel like he needed to ask others for help. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like me. Like, I don't want to ask nobody for help. You know what I mean? But your community loves you enough, man. I told him you got you got a community. They gonna
I
look out for
do.
you.
I just feel like I want to do more. It's just right now at the time frame that I am right now. It's just I feel like sometimes I just feel bad. Like I know I got my kids. I know I got my responsibilities. I know I got all that and stuff. But sometimes I just feel like
Sorry, Q.
What you do? What happened?
That Twitch payment just hit.
Oh.
hey. I'm going to a fancy restaurant sometime this weekend.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Get you a steak or something.
Hey, all I can say is when you put in that work, it shows.
Oh, don't worry. When I get back, I'm telling you, I ain't playing.
I already told you, man. I know you. Look, we waiting. You built.
You gotta build that up. I want to see some promo. I want to see some.
He got. You can see his. What I'm proud of for him is you could see the progress, the reworks, the rebrands, the resteps, the home, the work, the ethics. You see it, and and the thing of it is a lot of people look up to me, but don't realize I see other people. When I see my people around me doing good, it makes me want to do better. You know what I mean? Like I see the people, my family eating. We're eating. Bro, you eating? We eating. Everybody eating. You know what I mean? They're like making moves. You get what I'm saying though? Like everybody is eating in their own way. When I motivate people every morning, I say it again. I don't expect to hit the same crowd. I expect to hit a different one. But the same crowd that feels it and they want it, I'm gonna make sure they be uplifted too. It was one lady I spoke to today, Empress. I don't know if y'all know that lady. I consider her family now. One motivated black woman right there. You know what I mean? Like
every time I see her on the Twitter, it's always something motivating.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I think it's the profile picture that do a lot of talking. You know what I mean? Because I sit here and say, I even said it feels different coming from a strong, confident woman when you tell me to keep pushing this motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Confidence. I think Cube can relate with me. It's hard, man. I don't know what it is for the black side. I ain't talking about everybody. I'm talking about for the black. For people to be able to support black people, to be able to support more black people, that's a strong success rate. It's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Because you don't really see it much.
You don't see a lot of it.
You really don't. So when you see a black person commenting on a black person, confidence level built, it hit different. You know what I mean? Like it really hit different.
I wish that we were able to, like, I want to bring more black creators to, genuine creators, but it just seemed like sometimes we don't support each other. It's like it's
I don't know why it's a thing, but it really is a thing. And it has nothing to do with anybody around our surroundings versus what's going on in the world. But this has been a thing for black people for a while.
Oh yeah.
That's just it's crazy because one person wants to see you eat. You know what I mean? Like if I go, I want to make sure that person eats. I want to make sure that person eats, but I don't want that person. I guess I can't blame them because as a black person, you don't want nobody to feel like they're trying to like step you down.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people that just looks at it like that, that are used to it being like that. Is you like, here, take these 50 gifted. I want to make sure you eat today. A black person just gonna say, okay, that's like saying you trying to talk trash. What you trying to say about me? I can't take care of my own. You know what I mean? It's it's just the appreciation factor. It just needs to be more there with them because we could do so much more, man. If we just work together, vibe with each other. We got brain cells that's bigger than anything. If you combine that together with all of the grind and the time and energy that we want to put in, you imagine what we can do? Could you only imagine what we could do?
We can do a lot, man. I'm telling you. It just feels like there's some kind of
crazy.
I'm about to say something. Yo, everybody. All right. It just feels like we weren't taught how to accept help. We weren't taught how to accept the fact that somebody actually likes me. Like it's kind of weird. It's like
It
this.
really is. It hits different. Like I said, it really hits different. It just you don't know how to. You know, I don't know how to react.
Yeah, like I'm like I see. I have this feeling. I'm gonna be real with you. I have this feeling when I get gifted subs, I love it, but on the inside, I just feel like I don't deserve this. It's like
It,
a
it,
it's like
it,
a
it happens, man, and that's how I feel too at times. As I sit here and say, "Are y'all doing this out of pity for me, or y'all doing this because y'all like me?" But that's I can't help but accept that that's the mindset I have. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
I tell people every time, I'm not used to this. I wasn't
No.
used to this. I don't know. I'm not used to this person talking to me. I know Katayan now. I'm gaming with Katayan.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Katayan has taught me so many things. What Katayan knows, King Katayan knows that I want to see family eat. It's kind of crazy, but he knows. But
Yeah.
he has taught me so many things, and he's still teaching me. You got Katayan, you got True Vanguard. M-Tash just told me I look good today. I got a good smile. I'm healthy. I'm flexing out here. Come on. But these are people that just want to see. These are the things. Like if I see that from them, I can be used to that. Unless somebody black say that to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Like,
huh?
huh?
You know what I mean? Like it's just
It's strange.
it hits different. It's very strange, and I don't know why that is a thing, and it shouldn't be. We know it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? When we give all of this love, like if somebody donates, I say here, Cube, whole 500, deserve it. It's gonna hit different because Cube, I'm like, why though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's a why though. Do I really deserve that though? That much? You know what I mean? Like, it's just a question. You know what I mean? But this is what I want to do for the world, man, because I really want us to grow. So expect to see me doing things like that because I used to do that long. Cube, no, I used to do that a long time ago. Drop 100 subs from one of my favorite streamers. You know, I'll get
That's
into
what
those conversations, but you know,
that's what I want to do. That's why I want to support people that are genuine, putting the work in and
yeah, and
having
they don't have to be
fun.
big. They just want
Yeah.
to enjoy
Just
yourself.
I just want to see, fun. I don't want to see, I don't want to see this fake persona that's just
Ah,
like
I
just
see a
don't
person
do
just
that with me.
vibing.
yeah,
Yes, just you do you. Don't do
just
it because you
Don't do it because you're trying to put up a
you're trying
persona
to
and
impress
like,
somebody.
yeah,
yes,
don't do it
don't
for
do it for
a
that reason.
character. Do it for because
That's
you
don't
enjoy
do it for
it.
character because we see too many of those out here.
Yeah,
Too
there's
many
enough.
characters.
There's enough out there.
There's enough.
It's,
Yes.
it's,
It's
too
a
many
bro.
switch.
It's a Broadway play out here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It really is. Like who getting the best award for the theateristic like playing your role.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
don't play
Yeah.
a role. Just
I want to be able to gift like the people in Masenko. Like I've
Cube,
gifted.
Cube, not to cut you off. Let you
What's
finish
up?
that, and then we'll wrap it up. Only because we have
Okay.
the Masenko meeting right after.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I want to do stuff a little bit more like for Masenko itself, as far as like gifting subs and just and just look around in the community and just be like, yo, you're cool as hell, man. Shit, let me just drop you a couple subs here, bro. Like just to have a little fun and like, because I know that's going to help them be able to boost their stream or be able to boost what they
that
want to do.
confidence, man. Boost the
Yeah.
confidence of them.
Yeah, so that's why, like, when I said I want to come back, I want to come back hard, but I want to come back to be able to put food on people's table. I don't want them to have no chips and no bologna sandwiches. I want them a fucking filet and yum, bro. I'm trying to make sure everybody eats.
It's crazy. You know how it's crazy how that's and me and Cube have that mindset. You know what I mean? I know we gotta wrap this up, but that is kind of crazy how we have that same mindset because Cube is different than me. You know what I mean? A lot of people just don't know. Yeah, look, these are fathers talking. You know what I mean? Like we know how to provide, man. You know, like
you guys wanna shine a light on other people and not just
we
keep
do,
it for
man.
yourself.
It's like I told people, if I'm gonna share at this, my grandma taught me if I'm gonna eat, I'm sharing, baby. If I got food I can get to the table, then everybody eat.
We all eating.
just like our kids. We want to see
That's
them
how.
shine.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But it's just something that was instilled in us.
Yeah.
Listen, well,
Like,
I respect it and I appreciate you guys coming on and talking about your experiences as a dad and a streamer and kind of giving in that wisdom. And Amaze, you already know, Cube already told you. In good old fashion, at the end of the show, we always like to send out those positive vibes, and we just want to give a piece of recognition out to somebody in our lives, somebody in the community, anybody really. So we just want to go around and give that feedback in, and again, I just want to thank you guys for popping in and spending your time over here. For me, going with the episode, my recognition would definitely be to my dad. My dad was an important figure in my life, still is. Wasn't with my mom since I was a kid, so separated parents, but he never let it stop him from being there and trying to give me the life that he wanted. And I can't say I would be the person I am today if it wasn't for him. So definitely, my shout out would be to my dad.
I give my shout out. I'll be real, man. I'll give my shout out to Cube. It's kind of crazy, right? I give my shout out to Cube. You gotta learn, man. A lot of things are deserved and people deserve it. And man deserves, man. Started from the bottom just like me, brother. A big shouts out to him. 3 kids. Come on now. Still trying to do everything he can. A big shout out to him. I want to see him do some things.
Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
You got it, Cube.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir,
I
brother.
appreciate it.
Cube, what's your shout out?
My shout out will be to. Am I allowed to get 2 or just 1?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay, my first shout I want to do is my wife. My wife has been taking care of the kids while I'm at work. She's still putting food on the table, cooking, and she's still getting up at different times of night. And we're going back and forth trying to help the kids. But she's a warrior, man, and I commend her for that because I sure can't do it. The second shout out I want to do is actually an individual in the chat, Mr. Mikey.
Mikey
That
Maybach.
boy.
Mike,
That boy, Mikey, boy.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, Mikey actually has 3 kids. He actually has 3 kids as well, but he still finds time to stream. I know sometimes I can't make it to the streams as much, but I still be lurking. I'd be like, God damn, man, he's still putting he's still baby to bed, pausing the stream, turn it off, come back at 1 o'clock in the morning, turn that thing back on. I'm like, yeah, okay. See,
And
Mikey be learning, man. Mikey, I can say before we go, man, I can really say that Mikey Maybach has learned a lot. I know Mikey Maybach used to speak to me, man. We go in there, we vibe. But Mikey Maybach, from the hype man to you, brother, you have learned a lot. I see you, baby. I tell you like I tell Cube in old fashion. I ain't got to talk or like something to see what I see, baby, but I see it.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Big boss.
I see it.
Grinding. Well, guys, appreciate it once again. DM's always open if you guys need anything.
I think I feel good today. I think you
Me too, man.
always. I feel like I've like lifted so much off me just speaking out today. So I feel even better now, man. So
I feel good.
Appreciate you guys. Everybody in chat, appreciate you all coming in, listening. I hope you learned something today. Much love, much peace. Take care of yourselves. Check up on your friends. Be good. Put out that positive vibes because the world has enough negativity in it. We don't need to add to it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll be back next week with another episode of Filler every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Take it easy, guys. Much love.